Well, Liverpool make one change from the side that took Chelsea apart last Saturday. Gary Gillespie is only substitute. Barry Venison comes into the right back slot, occupied by the Scot. Ray Houghton, who's missed the last 4 games through injury, is alongside Gillespie on the bench. Ronnie Rosenthal, who's made such a dramatic impact at Anfield, 5 goals in 5 games, 2 of those as substitute, plays with Rush up front. Rangers, already without the suspended Paul Parker, are also missing Kenny Sansom for the first time this season. He has a thigh strain. Brian Law is in for Parker, Robert Herrera for Sansom. Rangers, with only 1 point from their last 6 league visits here, seem like sacrificial lambs, unless that is Don Howe yet again has something up his sleeve. And an enterprising attacking opening by the visitors, and they were close to getting a penalty a minute or so ago. Herrera took a throw in, flicked on by Clark, and Sinton, running into the 6-yard box, fell under the challenge of Hansen. The referee said no penalty. Liverpool 0, Rangers 0. Great news for Villa. It's Liverpool 0, Queen's Park Rangers 1. A Rangers corner from the right. It was flicked on by the head of McDonald at the near post, dropped to the feet of Roy Wegerle, who stabbed the ball over the line from no more than a couple of yards. His 6th goal for Rangers, his 12th of the season. No more important one than that. It's Liverpool 0, Queen's Park Rangers 1. Alan Green. 25 minutes gone. It remains Liverpool 0, Queen's Park Rangers 1. The goal from Roy Wegerle after 14 minutes. Indeed, it was 2 minutes after that before Liverpool had a shot on target. That came from McMahon, and a good save by Seaman. They've also lost David Burrows, injured. He went off after 20 minutes. Nichols gone to left back. Houghton is on as substitute, and Rangers have a goal lead. Liverpool have equalised through Ian Rush. 5 minutes to go to half-time. Lovely 1-2 by Nicol and Barnes on the Liverpool left. And then the Scot crossed the ball in. It fell to Rush. He took it on his chest on the far post. He's inside the area now. He can score a second. No. Seaman blocks it with his right leg. But back to the first incident. The ball fell to Rush on the far post. Took it on his chest and whacked with the right foot past Seaman. Liverpool 1, Queen's Park Rangers 1. Liverpool 1, Queen's Park Rangers 1. An extraordinary first half, dominated by the visitors. They took the lead on 14 minutes, Wegerle scoring following a corner. Then Colin Clark hit the Liverpool crossbar after the goal. Liverpool really out of sorts, but Rush brought them level. Nicol, a superb 1-2 with Barnes on the left. The cross for Rush on the far post, took it on his chest and whacked right foot past Seaman. Liverpool 1, Queen's Park Rangers 1. 2 minutes gone in the second half here at Anfield. That's still buzzing, first of all, with the Rush goal 5 minutes before the interval that brought Liverpool level. And really, Queen's Park Rangers dominated the first half here. But also the news from Villa Park, because really that would, if these results stay the same, there'd be a 3-point gap between Liverpool and Villa at the end of these games. And barring a mathematical miracle, Liverpool will be champions. Such is their superiority in terms of goals. At the moment, though, I'm sure they want a win more than anything else. Nicol near side for Liverpool. Down the Liverpool left. They're playing from right to left in this second half. And he's won a throw in on this near side, almost level with the end of the Rangers penalty area. Good throw by Nicol. Met by Mulvey. He shoots low, but it's wide of goal. And it'll be a goal kick for Queen's Park Rangers. And a useful opportunity for me to run down the 2 lineups this afternoon. Queen's Park Rangers have Seaman in goals, then 5 across the back from them, from right to left. Bardsley, Maddox, McDonald, Law and Herrera. Herrera in the side because of an injury to Kenny Sansom. Then 3 in midfield. Wilkins the captain, Channing and Sinton. And up front they've got Clark and Wegerle, who got their goal after 14 minutes. Liverpool made a change before the start of the game, bringing in Venison for Gillespie. They also had to make a change midway through the first half when Burrows went off injured and Houghton came on as substitute, moving Nicol to left back. So they now line up Grobbelaar in goals, a back 4 of Venison, Hussein, Hansen and Nicol, as Liverpool attack with Houghton the substitute, but he can't control it edge of the penalty area and it breaks off McDonald's feet to David Seaman. So I'll continue that Liverpool lineup. In midfield, Houghton, McMahon, Mulvey and Barnes, and their 2 strikers, Rush and Rosenthal. Jimmy Armfield, the former England international, is alongside me. Jim, it's been a funny whole game.
I think Rangers have done extremely well, particularly when you consider that Sanson isn't playing and Parker isn't playing. I feared the worst for them, really, but they settled down very well. Liverpool have looked a little bit tense. And, of course, they got the early goal. That was so crucial. And they could have had a second as well when Clark, really, I thought, should have done better. He hit the crossbar from about 8 yards, and that second goal there would have made life very difficult for Liverpool. But for all Aston Villa supporters, you can safely say that Rangers are giving you a run for your money.
Liverpool attacking now on the far side with Ray Houghton. midway inside the Rangers half, forward to Barnes, the layoff to Molby. Molby checks, turns inside, Wilkins challenge. Just outside the penalty area, forward to McMahon, edge of the area, he shoots, and it's deflected behind, off Sinton is it, or Channing rather, for a corner to Liverpool. 1 goal each here at Anfield. I can tell you at Molineux it's now Wolves 0, Sunderland 1 in that vital promotion game in the second division. Paul Hardiman putting Sunderland in front. 5 minutes gone in the second half at Anfield. Corner to Liverpool. Molby takes it, right-footed, in-swinging corner. Punch clear well by Seaman. Gathered by Venison, midway inside the Rangers half. Out to Houghton, far side, down the Liverpool right. Turns onto his left foot. He's got Venison still in support and plays it back to the full-back. And Venison looks up and drives the cross in, right-footed. It's going to fall to Molby, left side of the penalty area, for the moment unmarked, but Bardsley ends that as he rushes across the challenge. Ball played infield to Rush, shot by Nicol, and Seaman saves. Hit a little bit too close to the goalkeeper, and he held that very well.
Excellent move by Liverpool. I would say that's the best move they've put together in the match. And it was also an excellent finish as well. It was superbly held by Seaman, because he was swerving slightly to his left and he held on to it. International class right the way around there, from start to finish.
Liverpool defending for the moment, but get the benefit of the referee's decision. It will be a free kick to them, midway inside their own half, and McMahon strikes it to the far side to Venison, and ball played along that touchline, a little carelessly by Barry Venison, and it runs out of play before Rosenthal can get across to keep it in play. So it'll be a throw to Rangers, and here's a young man who's impressed this afternoon. That's Robert Herrera, who's come in for only his first game of the season for his club. Kenny Sansom out injured with a thigh strain, and he's missing his first match of the season. Scoreline from the second division: Hull 1, Bradford 1, Peter Swan for Hull, the equaliser. The ball is deep inside the Liverpool half to our right, playing with their backs to the Kop in this second half. Hussein, who's won championship medals in Sweden and Holland, now looking to make it a trio with the ultimate prize, I suppose, championship medal from the Football League. Certainly that's how Hussein would view it. And he sets Liverpool on the attack again on the far side. Ball's out of play and a throw into Liverpool. Houghton takes it to Rosenthal, back to Houghton, trying to make room for the cross. He's inside the penalty area, crosses low but beyond Barnes. There's not a Liverpool player there, and it'll run harmlessly out of play for a throw-in to Queen's Park Rangers, about half a dozen yards from the corner flag, inside the Rangers half, near side Rangers right. Bardsley, who's had a pretty good game at right full-back for Rangers this afternoon, faced by the threat of John Barnes, and Barnes hasn't had much change so far. Ball is cleared by Rangers, and it's with Wegerle to Sinton, near side. McMahon challenges, and the ball is out of play, and it will be a throw-in to Queen's Park Rangers. Tactically, Don Howe always seems to come up with something, Jimmy, when he's faced by Liverpool.
Yes, I think what happened was, I think they went for Liverpool early on. I think that was important. They didn't let Liverpool just take the game to them. And I think Don Howe said, let's try and get the first goal. Because if you get the first goal in a match like this, you know, the home team gets a bit tense. They're desperate for the points, of course. The championship is almost within reach. And I think the thing is now, Rangers have built on that. And that early period of the game, they looked really good. Knocked the ball around with confidence, got a goal. And of course the whole game now has revolved around that.
Vital games for the two Sheffield clubs today. First, the relegation one. That's Charlton 1, Sheffield Wednesday 1 now. Andy Jones with the equaliser for Charlton. And then near the top of the second division, Sheffield United 3, Bournemouth 1, Tony Agana with the third for United. Molby moves forward for Liverpool. Just outside the penalty, a tremendous shot from 20 yards, but didn't quite get the direction right, and it's screwed just wide of the left-hand upright behind for a goal kick.
Liverpool started this half particularly well. I think they will have... I think the paint would have been coming off the dressing room wall at half-time. Kenny Dalglish would have been a bit strong with them, I think. They were a bit lethargic in that first half. They've had 4 shots already. And in the first half, it took them 15 minutes to even get a shot on at all. So, good start by Liverpool in this second half, starting to put the passes together.
There will be a free kick to Queen's Park Rangers for a hefty challenge by McMahon on Wilkins. Another second division scoreline: Swindon Town 1, Middlesbrough 1. Steve Foley with the equaliser for Swindon. Free kick taken by Rangers and beaten away by Hansen on the edge of his own penalty area. But this is good play by Andy Sinton. Down the Rangers right. Gets the cross in low. Hussein with a header behind. And that will be a corner kick to Queen's Park Rangers, with coming up to 10 minutes gone in the second half here at Anfield. Liverpool jittery. And I'm sure most of the Liverpool fans jittery as well. It could all be over today, or it could be very bad news for them if Liverpool lose. The corner is taken to the near post. Hussein heads it clear, and Houghton stabs it further forward towards the halfway line, and Ronnie Rosenthal. Rosenthal lays it back to Rush. Forward to Mulby now, still inside the Rangers half. Good pass forward to Rosenthal, down the Liverpool right. He started the move, lays the ball in field to Houghton. Houghton tried to play it back to the Israeli striker, but Danny Maddox was there for Rangers, and he clears to the halfway line. Not such a good one, that. Picked up by Hussein. Now it's with Mulby. Hussein keeps running forward. Mulby keeps the ball. Now he gives it to Barnes. Mulby once more, and he's brought down by Alan McDonald, and it will be a free kick to Liverpool. Midway inside the Queen's Park Rangers half. Liverpool 1, Queen's Park Rangers 1. McMahon takes the free kick quickly to Nicol, near side. Across comes Sinton to challenge. Nicol plays it back to Barnes, and Barnes trying to make progress, does do so, gets the cross in, it takes a deflection behind for a corner to Liverpool then, chasing the second goal, which may well prove vital come 20 minutes to 5 this evening. Mulby will take the corner, but before that Liverpool are going to make a substitution, and Alan Hansen I think will be coming off, and Gary Gillespie coming on. So 1-1, 11 minutes gone in the second half. Well, let's quickly go to Sandown Park for the Whitbread Gold Cup. Commentator Peter Bromley.
Now there's been action happening all over the place. We'll start with drama aplenty at Anfield, described for us by Alan Green.
So Liverpool with a penalty kick that could decide the championship. Barnes hits it into the net, to the left of Seaman as the keeper dived to the right. John Barnes' 6th successful penalty of the season, and that could mean that the championship goes to Anfield for the 18th time. Another record. Liverpool 2, Queen's Park Rangers 1. Mulby plays a free kick in, but it's beaten away by Queen's Park Rangers. 15 minutes left at Anfield. The score, Liverpool 2, Queen's Park Rangers 1. And I don't think most of the fans in the Copperweight are aware yet that Villa have come dramatically from a goal down to 2-1 up, a result that would keep the championship alive at least until Tuesday night. Remember the situation at the top of the First Division. Liverpool have 70 points, Villa have 68. Villa would only have one game left. That's away out of all places, Everton next Saturday. But Liverpool are at home to Derby on Tuesday, and then their final game is at Coventry next Saturday. So if the results go as they've gone in the last few minutes, namely wins for Liverpool and Villa, then it would go to Tuesday night. Rosenthal plays the ball back to Mulby, just outside the Rangers penalty area. Flick to the left to McMahon, back to Nicol the fullback, and forward to Barnes, who's been shepherded so well today by Bardsley. He's challenged again by the Rangers fullback, but Barnes keeps possession. Teasing Bardsley now, tries to skip past him, and Bardsley challenges well, gets the ball, and Wilkins can clear eventually towards the halfway line. Jimmy Armfield alongside me. Let me bring you back a few minutes to the penalty kick. Barnes scored it, there's no question about that, but was it a penalty?
Well, the referee never hesitated at all. It was right on the edge of the penalty area, right on the line, when Maddox tackled Nicol. Nicol went sprawling. There was no question that Nicol fell in the box, but from the position where I was, Maddox looked to be on the line. So it's one of those things, when it's going for you, you know, as it did today, you get a bit of luck. The referee doesn't hesitate. That's all that matters really now. But I would say, you know, it was very, very, very close, whichever way it was. Very close.
Here's Nicol in a similar position where he was brought down, but Wegerle made the challenge this time and brings it away effectively for Queen's Park Rangers. Now Justin Channing just short of the centre circle, but he's beaten by Houghton. Houghton to Hussein for Liverpool. Played to Venison on the far side. Now it's Mulby, and quickly played forward to Houghton, who'd run 50 yards to make progress for Liverpool. Gathers it right side of the penalty area. Now it's back with Rosenthal, who's trying to get inside that Rangers penalty area. He leaves the ball to Venison. Out to Houghton again. On his left foot, back to Venison. Now it's with Gillespie, a second half substitute for Hansen. Forward to Rosenthal. He's challenged on the edge of the area. A flamboyant dive by Rosenthal, but Law's challenge was a fair one, and Seaman has the ball.
Yeah, there's no foul there at all. He was diving on the floor because he couldn't get past the defender. Rangers have played very well today. Very impressed with them, although in the second half they've hardly troubled Grobbelaar at all.
Hussein now deep inside his own half, runs the ball towards this near side, Liverpool left, and he's been pulling Sinton who went across to chase after the ball, and the referees decided that that will be a free kick to Queen's Park Rangers. Now this is no more than a foot in from the near touchline. Rangers right, and level with the edge of the Liverpool penalty area. David Barnsley, the right back, who's had an outstanding game for Rangers, to take the free kick. Right-footed, high towards the far post. He hit that one too hard, and it runs harmlessly away to that far side, where Molby half clears for Liverpool. Though his ball forward, picked up by Channing. Now Wilkins, Law still up in attack, gives it away. McMahon for Liverpool. Rosenthal pointed where he wanted it. He's got it, running towards the penalty area. Inside the penalty area, he shoots across goal and behind, and a goal kick.
Yes, he got into the box there, and he looked a bit amateurish, I thought. He ran away from the target, got it onto his favourite left foot, of course, but he screwed it past the post. Got good pace, Rosenthal. This is the first time I've seen him live. He's looked quite sharp. I can imagine he hustles and bustles defenders around a bit. He's quite a good player.
Wilkins for Rangers. Out to Wegerle, far side of the field. And I'm hearing now that Villa are now 3-1 up against Norwich. David Platt has scored a vital third. One down, they're now 3-1 up. And I think we can safely say that the 3 points are Aston Villa's this afternoon. So the championship may well go to Tuesday. Rangers play the ball inside the Liverpool penalty area, and there's some pushing, is it, by Brand Law. Colin Clark is arguing. He's been called across by the referee, Robbie Hart, and he's got his book out, and Colin Clark has got to go into the book.
Yes, it was Clark who gave the foul away. Gillespie was contesting that, and then obviously Clark must have said something afterwards. There was no need for that, because Rangers have played well today, just as I was saying, Alan, particularly the back players. MacDonald, I think, has been played very well, and the young boy Herrera, first game, very good as well. Law stood in well for Parker, and Barnsley, right back for me, has been the outstanding player on the pitch so far.
So let me quickly tell you the other important scorelines. Lots of important football being played throughout the country today, but these are the significant ones. Aston Villa 3, Norwich 1. Then to the bottom of the First Division, where it's Luton 0, Crystal Palace 0, Charlton 1, Sheffield Wednesday 1. To the top of the Second Division, Leeds 1, Leicester 1, Sheffield United 4, Bournemouth 2, Newcastle 2, West Ham 1, and Wolves 0, Sunderland 1. In Scotland, the champions Rangers 0-0 against Dunfermline. Rangers defending here, that's the English version, the London version, and the ball is put out of play, courtesy of the head of Alan McDonald, the Irish international, and it will be a throw-in to Liverpool. The official attendance, 37,758, and I can tell you the only gaps are where Rangers fans might have occupied. If you're a Liverpool fan, well, they've been queuing for hours before this match. I can tell you that 2 hours before kick-off, the queue for the Kop stretched 3/4 of the way round the ground like a snake, and then doubled back on itself. Remarkable. Liverpool play the ball forward. McDonald heads it clear. McMahon stabs it forward. Rosenthal chases. Left side of the penalty area. Across comes Maddox. Rosenthal gets there first. Close to the corner flag. Inviting the challenge. And then what's he done? It's out of play. And the linesman's decided that it's a throw-in to Liverpool. I don't think the Rangers fans were too enamoured with that decision. And I wouldn't have been either. I don't think Maddox got the final touch in that. What I think doesn't matter. It's a throw-in to Liverpool. Barnes takes it to Houghton, who gives the ball away to Barnsley. Forward to Sinton, who passes straight to McMahon. McMahon to Molby, midway inside the Rangers half. Lovely pass by Molby to Barnes. Lots of space on the left. The deep cross, could have fallen to McMahon. He hits it first time, just over the crossbar.
Superb move by Liverpool. Lovely pass by Molby from centre field with the outside of his left foot. And Barnes then picked it up. The cross, he knew exactly what he was doing. Over the top of all of Rangers defenders. McMahon, 9 times out of 10, would have certainly hit the target from there. Just off target, but a really superb move. Liverpool now certainly looking as though they're well capable of winning these 3 points.
Or even 3, Jim.
I said 3.
Oh, sorry, I'm sorry, I misheard you. My apologies, sir. And they need 3 points to stay 2 points ahead of Aston Villa, who surely are going to get victory at Villa Park, leading Norwich by 3-1, having been a goal down. Gillespie forward to Houghton, back to Molby. Molby's under pressure. He's going to lose out to Justin Channing, who's got Wegerle ahead of him, the goal scorer. Flicked off by Wegerle to Herrera, the young fullback. Back to Channing on his right foot, midway inside the Liverpool half. A deep cross, too deep, straight into the arms of Grobbelaar, and Liverpool can build again. Some of the scores coming in, firstly from the second division, Ipswich 3, Blackburn 0, a second goal for David Lowe, and that would be bad news for Blackburn Rovers in terms of the promotion. Into the first division again, Chelsea 1, Everton 0. Kerry Dixon, who scored in the last minute here at Anfield last Saturday when Chelsea lost 4-1. He's putting Chelsea ahead against Everton. And in Scotland, Rangers 1, Dunfermline 0. Ali McCoist for the champions north of the border. We yet wait for news of who's going to be champions south of the border. It's still between Liverpool and Villa. 2 points separated them before the start of play today, and both are winning their matches. We've got 11 minutes to go here at Anfield, and we're going to have a substitution for Queen's Park Rangers. It'll be Ferdinand, no, not Ferdinand is coming on, Maurice Doyle's coming on for Queen's Park Rangers, and Danny Maddox has gone off, and that's an attacking move, certainly.
Yes, but full marks to Don Howe there. He obviously feels that if he can just get Liverpool pegged back a little bit, you know, well, it's worth a go, and I think it is, because the longer this game goes on, the more tense Liverpool will be, and they'll want to try and hold on to the 3 points. Rangers have nothing to lose anyway, have they?
Here's the substitute, Ferdinand, and he's won a corner with almost his first touch on this near side, and it will be taken by Wegerle, or is Sinton going to rush across to take it? Yes, Wegerle sensibly transfers his important height to the penalty area and leaves the corner to Andy Sinton. Near side, right-footed, towards the near post, flicked on by the head of Law. Chance for Ferdinand to head the ball down, but not quite the direction, and McMahon can bring it out of his own penalty area. Still deep inside the Liverpool half, forward to Barnes. Barnes turns away from Sinton. Lovely pass forward by Barnes, 40 yards towards Ray Houghton, but across comes Justin Channing, and Channing can knock it out of play, or it's kept in play indeed. Kept in play by Bardsley and Wilkins and McDonald, and Bardsley again. Some excellent football from the London side. Forward to Sinton, short of the halfway line, laid off to Ferdinand. They're playing and dominating Liverpool now as they did in the first half. Ferdinand to Wegerle, Rangers right, running out in towards the penalty area, takes on Nicol, beats him and shoots straight into the arms of Grobbelaar.
Lovely move by Rangers. 4 or 5 passes. Wegerle spoiled it at the end there, chipping the ball straight into Grobbelaar's hands. He Clark on the back post. All they needed there was the quality of the cross, and they just couldn't provide it.
I'll tell you, if Rangers get a goal here, soon Villa and Liverpool will be level on points. That would make the last few games interesting, as if they're not interesting enough. Houghton out to Rush, back to Houghton just outside the penalty area, plays it forward to Rosenthal. Houghton takes the return, right side of the area, waits, looks for support, finds it with Venison. Unfortunately for the Liverpool fans, playing the ball backwards. Now it's Mulby, stab forward, Barnes made the run, out came Seaman, and Seaman denied his England colleague inside the penalty area. He waits and then throws the ball out to the far side of the field, where Andy Sinton gathers, faced by Venison, but still manages to play the ball to Herrera. Forward to Wegerle, lovely layoff towards Sinton, who's brought down by Venison, and that should be a booking, and it is.
Yes, it will be. No other decision, really. It was a nice move, lovely layoff by Wegerle. He has a superb touch, Wegerle. If only he could really believe in his skill. I feel he's a player short of what I call self-belief, particularly when he gets round the edge of the box. But there it was, he was going through, Sinton was going through, Venison brought him down quite clear. The referee's absolutely right, yellow card.
8 minutes to go. Liverpool leading Queen's Park Rangers by 2-1, but a free kick to Rangers about 15 yards inside the Liverpool half. Wilkins, the captain, takes it, hit towards McDonald, but headed away by Mulby, picked up by Rosenthal. Out to Houghton, far side, plenty of room, rushing forward, across the halfway line, forward to Rosenthal, across comes Channing. Rosenthal beats him and Channing brings him down, does he? No. Well, the Liverpool fans are unhappy with that decision for the referee. He says it's a goal kick, and I think he's indicating it was a dive by Ronnie Rosenthal.
I think Rangers were lucky there to get away with that. I think he had the ball. Rosenthal looked to me as though he was purposefully running. He played the ball, and it looked to me to have been brought down.
Gillespie heads the ball away, midway inside his own half, but fouls Channing at the same time. A vital goal coming in from Selhurst Park. Charlton 1, Sheffield Wednesday 2. David Hurst second for Wednesday, and remember Luton were drawing at home. And a scoreline from the second division: Hull 2, Bradford 1. Andy Payton for Hull. Free kick to Queen's Park Rangers, midway inside the Liverpool half. Wilkins stabs it forward, Grobbelaar takes it one-handed. A little elaborate, I think, that in the circumstances, but he took it safely nevertheless. and he waits while everybody moves away from his penalty area, bounces the ball a couple of times, and now sets another Liverpool attack moving forward. Long clearance by Grobbelaar, controlled, well, not controlled well enough by Houghton, because it just flicked off his right foot to Bardsley and thence back to David Seaman, the Queen's Park Rangers goalkeeper. Now it's with Bardsley again, near side, and plays it forward looking for Clark. Hussein wisely lets the ball run over both players' heads and into the arms of Grobbelaar. We've got 6.5 minutes to go, and it looks as if Tuesday night's going to be pretty decisive, Jimmy. Derby County here, and if Liverpool win, Villa can't stop them.
Yes, I think it's one thing at least. Again, it's gone to the end of the season, and ironically it could be decided here at Anfield again. It's amazing how competitive the first division has been.
Barnes plays a 1-2 with Houghton, but Bardsley again intercepts, and anyway the flag has gone up for offside. Queen's Park Rangers take the free kick quickly. They're looking for an equaliser here. Wilkins running towards the halfway line, chips it forward. Ferdinand had made the run, beaten away by Liverpool, but Channing knocks it forward now. Ferdinand chases after this one too. Nichols there for Liverpool, deep inside his own half, close to the corner flag, and Nicholl being harassed unfairly according to the referee. It's now Villa 3, Norwich 2. Goal back by for Norwich City, and that's an own goal by Derek Mountfield. So tension again here into the final 5 minutes, and if Norwich equalise and Liverpool win, Liverpool are champions. I wouldn't want to take a gamble on what's going to happen here, Jim.
Well, that's one of the great things about football, isn't it? And at this end of the season particularly, you know, it's so tense all the time. Players are playing on the nerves.
Nervous it is here at Anfield. With 5 minutes to go, Liverpool lead Queen's Park Rangers by 2-1. Brian Butler has just achieved everlasting fame at Anfield. As if he's given that news, the Liverpool supporters erupted in delight, and I'm sure that Liverpool know they are precisely 1 minute away from their 18th league championship. They've got possession inside the Rangers half. Houghton looking to play the 1-2 with Rush, and you can hear the roar from the Kop. Champions, champions. But the way this afternoon's football has gone, it's not over yet. It's close to being over, though. Jimmy.
Yes, it should have been over a moment ago. Rosenthal missed an absolute sitter for Liverpool. How he missed him from there. 6 yards out, Rush put it across to him. It looked easier to score than it did to put the ball over the top, but somehow he contrived to do it. But as it is now, Liverpool feel, no doubt, it's there.
Well, only once in 17 years have Liverpool not regained the title lost the previous season. That was 15 years ago when Derby County succeeded Leeds as champions. Arsenal took the title last year. Liverpool thinking it's theirs by right almost, but they're so close now to regaining it. Time is up on my watch. Liverpool's players must know the significance now of a win against Queen Park Rangers. Robbie Hart, the referee, looking at his watch, nodding to Steve McMahon, who's saying, blow your whistle. Grobbelaar taking no chances, throws the ball out to Venison, takes the return ball. We watch on the Liverpool bench, waiting to see them erupt as Grobbelaar hits it long into the Rangers half, headed away by Law. It's going to bounce out of play on the far side. The whistles come up from the fans. They want full time at Anfield. Villa 3, Norwich 3. A win will take the championship into Kenny Dalglish's hands. Grobbelaar, edge of his area, clears right-footed. The referee blows his whistle. Liverpool have won by 2-1. They've gotten the business. 3 points, that's what they needed here this afternoon. They've got them courtesy of a 2-1 victory, and we wait to see if Villa have dropped 2 precious points at Villa Park. Jimmy.
Yes, I think on the first half, Rangers were the better side. In the second half, though, Liverpool came back very well. The crucial moment for me in this game was Rush's goal just before half-time. And then, of course, they put all the pressure on in the second half. Rangers fell away a bit near the end. The Rangers have played well, but who can dispute? Liverpool.
Well, there are scenes of delight all around Anfield at this moment. The Kop alive with passion and emotion. Everyone standing on their feet. But they still wait for the news from Villa Park to see if Villa have drawn with Norwich. And certainly Liverpool's players seem to be acclaiming their 18th league championship. Dalglish and Hansen hugging each other. Now it's with Barnes, the footballer of the year. Kenny Dalglish out onto the pitch, applauding each of his players and shaking their hands. What a record he's had. 4 league championships with Celtic up in Scotland. Then he comes south. He wins 5 league titles as a player with Liverpool, 3 as a manager. Is this to be his 4th? Certainly Liverpool appear to look as if it's all over. We're still waiting for confirmation from Villa Park as to whether it's 3-3, and that would declare Liverpool champions. 30 trophies in the last 2 decades, and seconds away surely now from their 31st. Liverpool 2, Queen's Park Rangers 1.
Well, if you're listening at Anfield on the radio to know exactly what's happening at Villa Park, we'll go there for the closing stages now. Brian Butler.
And it's Norwich, in fact, with that big electric scoreboard away to our left saying Aston Villa 3, Norwich 3, going away to our right towards a Villa goal, but the movement breaks down, and Villa perhaps their last moment with the clock up there showing 89 minutes and the seconds ticking away. It's Aston Villa 3, Norwich 3. And I wonder now what they're thinking up at Anfield. If it stays the same, then for the 18th time, of course, Liverpool are the champions. And really, Norwich have come back from the dead here. Norwich, remember, they scored first through Rule Fox. That was after 30 minutes. And then Villa scored 3 times themselves in the space of 5 minutes, midway through the second half. The goal scorers, Paul McGrath, Tony Cascarino, his very first goal for Villa, and David Platt. 3-1, 11 minutes left. It seemed that Villa were still alive. But then, unbelievably, an own goal by Derek Mountfield and an equaliser by Robert Rosario in the 83rd minute looks now as if it's going to give the title to Liverpool and to Anfield. The score, Aston Villa 3, Norwich 3, and now Villa perhaps with their last opportunity of the game. They've got a corner, near side of the field. The Kop away to our right. It can hardly express itself. It's already suddenly gone silent. The corner, near side of the field. Cowans will take it inevitably with his right foot. The corner comes in flat to the near post. Norwich get it away, but not very far. Rosario back in defence, lending a hand there for Norwich. Turns it away to the far side of the field, but Villa still had possession. The ball with Chris Price beats one man, brings it forward hastily, far side of the field. The Aston Villa right, checks, turns it back to Daly. Daly with the centre, the ball in the air. Straight on to the head there, though, of Andy Linnigan, gets it away, but not too impressively. He has a second bite at it, pushes it forward to Townsend. He tries to knock the ball towards the near side of the field, succeeds just for a moment in giving the ball to Aston Villa, but then it's Fox breaking clear on the wrong side of the field, and he gives it away and turn to the tall figure there of Kent Nielsen. Long ball forward. Cascarino, left edge of the Norwich penalty area. Every second seems an eternity now. Cowans gets it in. Norwich get it away, not very far. Possession straight back to Villa. And now it's Stuart Gray. A little teasing centre inside. Platt thinks of a shot, can't manage it. Up comes Manfield. Turns it inside. Olney closes. And away come Norwich. This is where they'll want the ball, inside the Aston Villa half. And Rule Fox, the man who scored the first goal for Norwich, gets a long loopy centre in from the far side of the field. The big electronic clock is stopped at 90 minutes. We're in time added now for injuries and stoppages, but Villa had possession. Daly, the danger man, far side of the field, beats one man, tries to do too much, ball taken away from him, turned inside, 2 Norwich players slow to read it. Does the whistle go? No, it doesn't, but in any case, Norwich had possession, and now they look to slow it down. Aston Villa 3, Norwich 3 is the championship. The 1990 championship, their 18th, going to belong to Liverpool. The ball here certainly, once again, belongs to Aston Villa. McGrath, long one from inside his own half. Edge of the Norwich penalty area. Turned away there by Linnigan, forward to Fox. Fox slows it down, near side of the field. Suddenly accelerates, changes gear, moves inside one man, cuts sharply inside another. In the sunshine now. Lays it back to Townsend. Townsend outside of left foot. Away to the far side to his left back, Mark Bowen. Still Norwich. Now to Ian Crook, midway still inside the Villa half. Villa can do no damage here. Villa 3, Norwich 3. The ball turned inside, spinning away to the far side of the field. And Norwich had possession, and they're still having a go at Aston Villa. Has the whistle gone? No, it hasn't. The referee turned inside. Now it's gone. I thought he was giving the free kick. And on come the Villa supporters. So the final score here at Villa Park is Aston Villa 3, Norwich 3. And here on Sport on 2, we can be the first to congratulate Liverpool, champions for the 18th time of 1990.
Elation and celebration at Anfield then, and despair and disappointment at Villa Park. Liverpool champions for the 18th time, and as Brian Butler said, you heard it here first on Sport on 2. Liverpool are the First Division champions for the 18th time. A John Barnes penalty gives them victory over Queen's Park Rangers. Aston Villa, having led Norwich 3-1, are held 3 each. There's tears of joy and disappointment shed evenly around the country, but nowhere is the elation greater than at Anfield. First Division champions for a record 18th time. Liverpool 2, Queen's Park Rangers 1, Alan Green.
Well, Liverpool's victory was far from comfortable today. Rangers came not to defend but to attack, and if Villa had been able to watch, they'd have been much encouraged. Rangers even took the lead after 14 minutes through Wegerle, but Rush's equaliser 5 minutes before half-time gave the champions to be the lift they needed. The winner came from a penalty by Barnes, his 6th successful strike from the spot this season. The referee adjudging that Maddox had fouled Nicol inside, not outside the area. The scenes of jubilation at the end, only to be expected at Anfield, but here they've done it all and they've seen it all before, and no one more than the man who's standing with me now, Kenny Dalglish, the manager. Kenny, there was some drama last season. Now, it may not have matched it this season, but the result's better for you.
Obviously, it's always better to be champions and to be runners-up, isn't it? But they've deserved it. They've been the best all season, and they've got the reward for it.
What were your thoughts as the season went on? Because, you know, Villa kept with you for so long.
Well, we came down about Villa. We played them twice, and we drew both games. We can only concern ourselves with ourselves, get on with the games that were coming up for us, and take as much as we possibly could from them. And that's what we've done. That's why we're champions.
As always, it was in your own hands. It was up to you to win the points, to win the championship. But did you at all pay any attention to what was going on at Villa today?
No, we knew it was 3 each at time up there, but we didn't know that it was 2 minutes to go or something after we'd finished. But the important thing was that we won it with 2 games in hand, and if we were only going to be champions today, we had a chance to do it at Derby and also Coventry, and that's important. I mean, they went out and they played, and they might not have started as well as what they've played all season, but certainly after the first half hour I don't think there was any doubt about it that we were by far a superior team.
I tell you, I don't know if you're aware of it, but the players were actually doing the lap of honour while commentary was still going on at Villa. There must have been about 5 or 6 minutes injury time there.
Well, I'm sure I just said that, didn't I?
It's your confidence, isn't it? You're always
just said that.
Tell me, I know you don't like to single out players. I'm sure you won't do so again, but you've got this skipper in Alan Hansen who pushed John Barnes close to winning Footballer of the Year. And what's his 8th league championship at Anfield over 3 decades?
And he's still got a couple of years to go yet. Obviously, he's been a magnificent servant to the club. And it's fitting that somebody like him will be lifting his trophy on Tuesday night. Whether he's fit to play or not remains to be seen, but he'll be going out to lift it anyway. And if he's pushed John Barnes as close as that, he must have had one hell of a season, because John Barnes hasn't done badly. But at the end of the day, somebody's got to win it with 1 vote or lose it with 1 vote. There's never going to be a tie, is there?
And another tribute, I suppose, appropriate for your squad strength, because there have been so many injuries that you've carried this season, and carried them well because of the players that you've been able to bring in.
Injuries are part and parcel of football. It's important how you go over them, and obviously that's the importance of having a quality squad, and that's what we've always had here, and that's what we'll continue to have. But the squad that we've got will take a good player to improve it, and if we can improve it, we'll be looking to do so.
Get another Kenny Dalglish for us. Thanks very much, Kenny. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Kenny Dalglish looking forward to a great night of celebration, obviously, at Anfield this evening.
The captain's here with me, just outside an ecstatic dressing room. Alan, what's that? The 8th league championship medal?
Yeah, it's number 8. Yeah, it's great because it's happening now. It's the best one I've won, because, like I say, it's happening now, and I'm going to have a good night tonight anyway. We've struggled on throughout the season. I mean, people have been knocking the team left, right and centre, but we've had 1 league defeat since November, and that speaks for itself. We've won the championship with 2 games to go, and obviously we're over the moon.
I suppose it is a fair comment to say that it was a non-vintage season, but Liverpool emphatically better than the rest. That's all that counts.
Yeah, even as far back as, you know, the turn of the year, I thought there was only one team that was going to run away with it. You know, if we suddenly hit peak form and had a good run, I thought we'd win it easily. But it didn't work out like that. I mean, we played a lot of games where we were scoring a few and letting in a few. There's a couple of games that were 2-0 up, and we eventually drew 2 each. And Aston Villa were hanging on in there. They played well throughout the season.
But I think in the end our experience told.
What was it like for you towards the end? Because you'd come off injured, you were sitting on the bench. Did you know what was going on?
I knew what the score was at Villa Park, and obviously they were winning 1-0, and they went to 1 each, then 3-1 for Villa. And I thought, well, it's going to be down to Tuesday night. And then suddenly 5 minutes to go, Norwich scored, and then the guy next to me says they've done it again, and the crowd just erupted, and the next thing we knew, we won the league, and it's one hell of a feeling.
I know if you knew what the secret was, you'd bottle it and sell it. But what is it about this club that enables them to maintain this tremendous run of success? Well, that's 31 trophies in the last 20 years.
Well, at the end of the day, it's all about players. I mean, you've got to have the backroom staff, and you've got to have the manager who knows what players, knows the players to buy. But at the end of the day, the old saying is, once they cross the white line, then nobody can help them. And at the end of the day, I think everybody knows we've got the best players. But having said that, the manager's favourite saying is effort, attitude and commitment. And I think if Liverpool players show effort, attitude and commitment, then there's nobody in this country that will beat us. But obviously, when you've won things left, right and centre, you tend to get a bit relaxed. And especially, there's been times this season where we've been so much in top. I think that the game against Crystal Palace, for example, is one of the 3 times this season that I've said to myself after 20 minutes, there's no way this team will score in a million years. And in the 3 occasions, we've lost 4-3 and 2. It was a bad day defensively against Crystal Palace, but our defensive had us knockers. But currently we're sitting second in goals against, and we've scored. We're an attacking team, and at the end of the day, the thing that you've got to win is a championship, and we've won it. Hopefully we'll be back in Europe next season, and there is no reason why this club can't go on for another 20 years.
Another 4 years for you, Alan Hansen. At 38, you might win a dozen league winners.
I'm going for a record now. I've won 8, and Neely's won 8, so my ambition at the minute is to play 9 league games next season, which makes me qualify for another championship medal.
You might just make it. Alan, thanks very much indeed.
Alan Hansen, captain of champions Liverpool.